Welcome to another tech video. We've had a bit of a trauma. So we had a, that's right, so I came in the other morning and what I've got is just here, we've got our light switch, and up the top there we've got some lights. And the problem that we had was that I turned this light switch on, one of the bulbs went pop. It tripped the fuse that we've got here. This is a garage conversion basically, so we've got a mini fuse box up there with a power, so sockets and lighting ring on there. The lighting ring blew, that tripped the main circuit into the garage conversion, which inadvertently shut off all the power in here. I had my PC on at the time and obviously all of the network equipment. Now I've got a UPS on our NAS device and didn't have a UPS on any of the other equipment, and what's happened is it's blown one of the 10 gig ports on our Zyxel switch. So let's have a quick look at that. So in here, this port stopped working, and this port was directly connected to my PC. So all of the other ports are working, it's just that one port. And the only thing I can think of is that potentially when my PC switched off, something happened, there was a voltage spike maybe, and it popped that port. So we're going to be changing out that switch today. We've got a different switch, so we're going to be using a TP-Link 10 gig switch, so let's have a look at that. So this is the replacement switch that we've gone for. It's from TP-Link, it's the TLSX105. It's a 5-port, as it says here, 10 gig multi-gigabit switch, so it supports 100 meg, 1 gig, 2.5 gig, 5 gig and 10 gig auto negotiation. So let's have a look to see what we get in the box, and then we'll go and get this installed. Okay, so we've got our installation guide, we've got our power adapter. Let's have a look to see what this is, see if it says. So this is a 24 watt power adapter, and then the unit, wow, the unit itself is pretty heavy, I have to admit. It's an all metal construction by the feel of it, and it is a fanless unit. So the 8-port TP-Link switch comes with a fan, but this one is completely fanless, so I'm not sure how hot it's going to get. The Zyxel switch that we had had a fan in, that used to spin up quite a lot when it was under heavy workload. But so the left port's here and the right LED. Okay, so the left LED indicates green 10 gig, amber 5 gig, and blinking for activity. The right port suggests green is 2.5 gig, amber is 1 gig and 100 meg, and blinking is active. So I'm suspecting this will be green with lots of blinking. We don't need any more than 5 ports, so let's go ahead now and get this installed. So let's just have a quick look at what we got. So we've got our Virgin coming in here, that is in modem mode. That then goes into our PF-Sense device that then connects to our network switch here. We've got a 10 gig uplink. We've got everything else is connected into the high-speed ports. So what we're going to do is we're going to disconnect everything that we need to. And then we're going to find the power adapter, get that switched off, and then we're going to find the adapter for it, which looks like it's this one here. There we go. And then we can replace that with TP-Link power adapter. There we go. Then we can bring the power up over the back. And then we connect port 1 to our PF Sense device. Port 2. Port 3. Port 4 and port 5. So that should be all of our devices now connected. There we go. So now we've got our connectivity all in place. So port 1 is amber. So the right connection is amber, so that's 1 gig. That's 1 gig to our PF Sense box. Our next connection, green to the left, which is 10 gig. And then our third port, green to the left, which is 10 gig. Our fourth port, which is this white cable here, this is going off to our NAS drive there, that's 1 gig. And then the blue port on this side, as you can see there, is green. So that is 10 gig, and that goes off to our other NAS drive in there, which is 10 gig connectivity. So that's all now working. All right, so what I want to have a look at now is our Zyxel switch, of which we've got an IP address for this one, whereas the TP-Link we don't get an IP address because it's unmanaged. But let's go through the Zyxel network switch to see what our connectivity is. So this one, this port 11 here, this is our uplink from our new TP-Link device. Port 9 is the link to our other OBS Studio PC, and then we've got our 1 gig connection here, which goes off to our access point, and the other two, one is to the printer and the other one is to the other one is to the 1 gig connection on this PC, so that I now need to disable. Okay, so I've just disabled the 1 gig connection to this PC, so if we refresh it we should see one of them go down. There we go, so that is now down, so we can clear those counters. So we've got our 2 connections, one to our Wi-Fi access point, the next one goes off to our printer, this one goes off to our uplink on the TP-Link box, and this one is actually the OBS Studio PC that I've just switched back on just to show that that is up and running. So that is everything now connected. So now if we go to our network and internet settings, let's have a look at our Ethernet, and then we can see we are connected 10 gig on our Asus 10 gig connection. So if you found that video useful, give us a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and just want to say thanks for watching. The moral of the story is make sure you connect your network equipment via a UPS device as well as your NAS drives, and that should prevent this sort of thing from happening. So how much was the TP-Link switch? It was, I think, 230 odd quid from Broadband Buyer, so not a bad price really for 5 10 gig ports. Hope you found it useful, and just want to say see you in the next one.